Hey everybody, thanks for joining me at Collective Aquariums today. My name's Andrew. So today I'm going to cover a little bit of what and how I feed my discus. Discus can be temperamental, and through my collection of information and talking to anybody that I could that had more information than me about discus, anything I could read. Discus were my dream fish, and I didn't want to mess it up, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. And I tried babies at first, which, baby discus might be cheap, but they're not the way to go about learning discus. I sought all the information that I could, and through everything that I have found, I actually made my own, I guess you could call it formula, for discus food, and they fight over it. I got some shots of that I can show you. Let's get into what it is. So, I don't just feed flakes or frozen, and I would never recommend to do so. Lots of people feed pellets to discus because of concentration and nutrition. Now, pellets are the only thing I don't actually feed my discus, but I do feed it a super color pellet made by, I believe it's omega-1 for cichlids, that I do feed my rainbow fish. The discus will pick at it. But the discus food I make is made out of omega-1 carnivore cubes, a generic beef heart quick growth cube, and then Hikari makes sheets of bloodworms, jumbo mysis shrimp, and brine shrimp. And what I do is I cut it into inch wide by inch long cubes, and for all three of the brine shrimp, mysis shrimp, jumbo mysis shrimp, and bloodworms, and then put in a cube of the carnivore and the beef heart all into one cup. Throw some omega-1, I believe they're cichlid flakes. So after I cut them up into about inch by inch cubes, I drop them into this small glass bowl and put some Epsom salt on it, about half a tablespoon, more than a teaspoon. It also kind of depends. Sometimes I get busy and I don't get to feed the tank for a day, or they only get fed once in a day. The following day they might be a little more hungry, so I might double down on their food for the day. I feed them out of a syringe, and they eat directly out of my hand to help prevent any bullying or struggling with food. Sometimes I'll shoot a little bit loosely into the stream of the tank so that the less dominant fish can come up and get some while I'm feeding the more dominant fish up in the corner. I have made it a habit to only feed them in one corner so that when I release small fish, and or if I have struggling fish, I can direct the attention to the feeding corner and still manage to get food to the other fish. I had lost several baby discus to dominance, you could say, I guess. And so to avoid that, that was a little trick I picked up online, is that, you can train your fish to come to a certain part of the tank to eat, and if you do that, it in turn makes it much easier to feed the weaker fish. And it will always happen. Fish have hierarchies, it's what they do, it's how they live. And I hope you guys like this tank as much as I do. I have 36 cardinals. I have 9 rainbow fish. Wolpoga rainbow, also known as Chilanthrina alani. It's a Gary Lang collected rainbow. I believe, I'm under the impression that I have a F3 generation. So only one step out of the wild top. We're rather excited about them. They're starting to color up. Still kind of small. Then I have 8 discus and an uncountable number of guppies. This is one of the collective information things, is that something I picked up from watching a video, Aquarium Co-op, shout out to them. Did an interview with Gary Lang, shout out to him. Good places to go for information. He used the breeding of another fish in an enclosed 10-gallon setup. So if this was a tank, that's 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 a tank. He put very easy to breed cories here, and after the hormones went through all the system, caused all the other harder fish to breed. It might have been Dean. It might have been an episode that Aquarium Co-op did with Dean. It was Dean or Gary Lang. Either which way. It was something I had learned online. And, I mean, it makes sense. I don't see how that wouldn't make sense. It's basic pheromone science. So I bought 5 guppies, and after quarantining them, I put them in the tank. It was, I have to say, 2 or 3 days after I rearranged the tank, put 4 new discus and the 5 guppies in. The guppies bred, and it was following 2 days later. My discus started to, and they'd only been in the tank together for less than a week. I was actually rather excited about it. I'm pretty sure I got a clip of that I can show you guys. Yeah. Quarantine's boring. Let's try to get through this. Everybody stay safe and stay healthy. Thanks for joining Collective Aquariums today, everybody. I hope you liked the video and or found it helpful. Hit that like and subscribe button, and have a nice day.